456, 458 in the pre, and then 462 after the bell. So rejecting right now off 95s, but not by a whole lot. We'll keep eyes on AMC. Did we get an equivalent move here on GameStop? The answer to that is no. We did get a nice, decent curl up here from 28 2/3 through into 30.5. So that's money. But the fact of the matter is we're still well below the volume weighted average price, whereas on AMC, we're already there. So 32 1/4 is where VWAP is on GME. We're at printing 30 1/3, 30 1/4 right now. So not quite there yet. Yep, and as I anticipated, it did encounter resistance on AMC at the volume weighted average price. So we'll see how that one does. But this one now started moving here. Faraday futures, you devil you. Breaking back up into that 1 1/5 again. It's 7 pennies off HOD, baby, and this is looking awfully bull flaggish. Nice move up and then, you know, a period of consolidation. Let's see if this one can take HODs, but this one's been on a rampage as of lately. Here's the 15 on FFIE, so you can have a look at what it's been doing lately, baby. We were coming from 10 penny territory on May 14th, which was a couple of days back, and now we're talking about $1.25. So this meme stock is not giving it back like the other ones are, at least not yet. We'll see if it does. Faraday Futures, obviously, they're an EV maker. In case you don't know, they have a decent looking car. Maybe we'll get to it later. It's about $100,000, so the market for that obviously is a little bit smaller. It's kind of like Model S, Model X territory, where you're selling maximum 10, 15,000 of these a quarter. So good look there. Faraday bouncing back up, AMC rejecting VWAP. Let's go back into the large caps here, see if I can take any trades. Whoa, NVIDIA.
I think we got, it's not NVIDIA, it's the whole market. Fed Mester saying that the current restrictive policy will help lower inflation. The monetary policy is well positioned. So basically just, again, talking about that restrictive policy. So anything that's basically, I guess, not a fan of, you know, if we want rate cuts, this is not really a pro rate cut type of message, you know what I mean? Oh, I lost it there. Where it is, there it is. Saying that, yeah, basically, oh, I like that. Inflation's moving, will take more confidence, take longer to gain confidence, and that the strong economy means the Fed is risking little to hold policy in place. So basically, I'm just keeping that policy moving. Unfortunately, it happened while I was in long NVIDIA. But yeah, sorry, what are you looking
for? Oh, no, it's okay. I'm just going to pull up Mester's name because now she's shown her propensity to tank these here markets. So now we got to figure out exactly anything she drops. Okay, so that's that reminds me of one order of business that we did not get to today. We did not look at the economic calendar. I know Adara drops that obviously in the watch list, but I didn't have a look at it yet. Let's have a look.
No auctions.
No auctions
there was,
today.
I think, like a 4-week one earlier today.
Yeah, there was two. There was they were both at 11:30, but I don't.
The 8-week.
Yeah, the 8-week and the 4-week. Mester started dropping hot lines at 11:30. Then we have Bostic coming up 10 minutes before the close. He's going to come on technically here. It says at 3:50. So he could have some effects, I guess, if maybe he starts a little earlier on the closing print there. Fed member Bostic speaking at 3:50. Keep that in mind if you're going to trade the close. Look, Apple didn't do a whole lot, guys, on that big boy Huadunk on the market. You got big boy drops on NVIDIA and all these other names, but Apple decided to stay within the range, and the range right now has been a 190, 190, 10. It's essentially, you know, give or take 10 pennies to the high side, and then to the downside 189 3/4. It hasn't made it down into that 3/4 in a little bit. So we'll see if this one continues to trend in the same fashion. Good look there for Apple. Brad Goldberg, goggles is at VWAP. Good call there, sir. Google putting a bit of a hammer candle possibly here at the volume weighted average price at 174 1/5. Okay, so I'll look at that in a second because I just got information that FFIE is going nuts, and it is. Now, it just broke through HOD. There it is, $1.38, high of day on Faraday Futures. This one is continuing to go up 85% already on the day, and we haven't even, are we halfway through the day? No, I don't even think we are. No, okay, the volume, 600 138 million shares. Yes, I know it was sub $1 today, but that gives you ample liquidity. And then this one 5-minute candle alone that just printed, we did 35 million shares. The volume is coming in spades, baby. As you saw there, we were declining volume, and then bang, 12 o'clock comes in, and we're at high days right now. Great move up for Faraday, 91.5%. Again, I'm not gonna chase this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an order at $1.25. I like that $1.25, $1.50 for a reason. It's a bit of a local area top. Look at all the prints here at $1.25 that we couldn't break through. If we've broken it through now, I mean, technical analysis says it stands to reason that it acts as support. So I'm going right now to Faraday to put an order at $1.25.
Yeah, hopefully the future is bright on Faraday future. Also, yeah, I want to talk about NVIDIA because this was a moment. This was, you know, my dark night of the soul, to use like an old weird literary term here. But basically what happened was I got long, we were holding support. This is I think I need to like beat myself up a little bit less for this maybe. Because before I can even react, before I can even set stops, what have you, NVIDIA's like, I'm like, okay. But yeah, I liked it because we were holding that support for quite some time now here at that, what was it, really good, 950? Yeah, 952. I liked it, gorgeous, blah, 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 etc. Perfect. And then the whole, right when I get in, that's when we get that move down in the market, unfortunately. I wasn't able to get out as quickly as I would have liked to either because A, I wasn't able to set anything, right? We get in and it drops. B, the spread on this was like getting extra wild. So I'm not trying to make excuses, I'm just trying to explain what happened here because I'm not happy with it. But you know what? That means you just have to keep finding trades, finding new opportunities. You can, I'm gonna try to be Pollyanna with this market because this market would love to take your spirit, your soul, and your optimism. And you just can't let it. You just have to keep finding opportunities. I am down on the day, but you know what that means? That means that my energy can only go up from here, trying to find new stuff. And this Apple is looking mighty fine. I was trying to get involved in this at 92s, 180, and I'm aware this looks bearish. I want to clarify, I would be playing the range. That would be the goal. Playing it into 189.90, up into 190.05, taking enough shares to get you out of bed in the morning, right? But what I really want on this is that short. I'm not gonna be able to play it to the extent that Sharif played it. Because shout out to you, Sharif, you killed that short. There, Tesla, not Tesla, Apple off 190s. Speaking of Tesla though, it's another one I like. Coming into previous levels of resistance and support. This short I actually want. We're gonna take this short right now. Right here, right now. If we break above 94s, I'm out. So yeah, there we go.
All right. Everybody knows what time it is. It is time for that lesson of the day with Neil.
Welcome to the lesson. I'm sorry, Ramin. You can't do that. Okay, so language, potty mouth there, Ramin. Lesson of the day is how to keep your composure when Fabian and Ramin just make you crack up all day long. No, seriously, much like I had a line for this too. Much like the Far Side song Runnin', sometimes stocks go running and you gotta figure out a way to get in. There's all kinds of runaway stocks. You could have meme crazes where you get gaps and then halts and 20% moves and 100% moves. That's one thing. A lot of times when it's really volatile, you're taking breakout trades, you're getting wild swings. There's these entry opportunities for those types of plays. And then sometimes you see something like AMD's up 4% today, it's just steadily running, but there's nice, even ways to get into the trade. Other times, it's like you don't have a setup to get in because the way in which it's moving is just gliding and gliding and gliding. There was no breakout trade for you to take that you liked. There was no dip into VWAP or traditional dip buy. So what do you do? How do you get into a runaway stock? Now, a couple of things here. As I said, AMD's a strong stock, but I'm putting this not in the category of the runaway. Because yes, it's going, but AMD here at the open, it dipped in front of a previous close. It had a pre-market low that it held. It then came in, and when it got to the pre-market high, you had all kinds of consolidations and dips into that level. When it broke out of the 10 o'clock high, it dipped right back into it and gave you another opportunity. So there were places to get into the parabolic move. Maybe I missed one, but at the end of the day, I feel like there was a way to have traded this where you didn't have to be overly aggressive. You could have been with your plan, and yes, it's going nuts, but there was always some semblance of calm to be able to get you into the trade. Now, I would argue there was maybe a chance on Alphabet, but it wasn't quite the same thing. Because unlike AMD, it didn't really retest the lows. if you look at it, it dips right in here. That was your one chance. At 9:30, you had your one shot. But the break of the pre-market high was dirty. It was like up and then rinsed you out and then came back in there again. There was no real obvious pullback into VWAP or tight enough non-messy consolidation until it had already gone $1.50. So I know I made a mistake on this today by not getting it. Let's get that first, because it's one of the stocks I liked in long.